learned the hard way not to believe in overnight success. Instead, I would say overnight success and plenty years of practice. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And for the young people that are here, I think you should take the last statement as a pickup line. There's nothing like overnight success. I was employed as a lawyer. I earned 14,000 naira. 1-4. I didn't say 40, 14. And when I picked up that job, I picked it up not for the money, but for the experience. The experience I gathered for the number of years I worked for my boss, who is currently the Vice Chancellor of the University of Benin, Professor Ozumbadaya, and his brother, Henry Ozumbadaya, the former president of Benin Club, is what have kept me. One thing I find about young people, Mr. Ojo, is that they're interested only about the money. Life is not transactional. Life is transformational. You must look beyond money. And no matter how long you sleep with a rich man, you can never get rich. Riches cannot be sexually transmitted. You still will have to work hard, because God said, I will bless the labor of your hands, not the labor in between your legs. So please, no matter what you do, you still will have to wake up in the morning and go to work. As you see me here, 7 a.m. I'm in the office. I don't work for anybody. If I get to the office by 11, nobody will query me. But I get to the office before my staff. So there are principles about life. That's just by the wayside. Mr. Comrade Fred Newton, they will say, you are a successful promoter of football in this part of the country. By the way, you're not taking to the Nations Cup in Morocco. I know you are leaving on the 21st. Can you tell us what are the things you know that can help young people grow in business and financial transactions?
Thank you very much. Good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My name is Fred Newton, as you said. I'm the Executive Chairman of the State Football Association. It's a privilege to be here this evening to celebrate with this family. I want to say big kudos to Gangster. I'm supposed to be sleeping by now. I have to go to church tomorrow for Thanksgiving. But I'm here, and I never expected that I would be in this discussion tonight. I just came to take my sheepdog and relax and go by 10. But anyway, it's interesting to let us know that in life, if you want to make success, you have to believe in yourself and invest in yourself too. I said to us, we don't depend on government. If you depend on government money, you will not make success. I think I can use my office as a case study. Since I assumed office, I've worked with two governors. One is in now, the former governor, Governor Obaseki, and I had a one-on-one interaction with him. He was asking some questions, some things about finance. I told him, I said, we are 36 plus 1, 37 chairmen in Nigeria. And I know my colleagues, we discuss sometimes, some of them get 5 million every month. I told him, I said, Your Excellency, if I can get 5 million in a year, I think I will call myself a success. But he told me, it's not a problem, Chairman, let's see how we can work this out. But I never waited for them. I believe that you have to multitask and go outside the box. And what came to my mind was, let me bring in these foreign investors into Edo State. I was just talking to my senior colleagues here. I said, just 2 weeks ago, I brought some scouts from Italy, Slovenia, and Belgium. They came to Edo State. And at the end of the day, we had some scouting program at the University of Benin Sport Complex. And 8 successful players were picked. I don't know them from anywhere. And before they left to their country to finalize the paperwork, they came to my office and said, Chairman, please sit down. I think we'll be traveling around the world. We've never seen a young chairman like you. And I told them, I said, one of my colleagues said, he's the youngest chairman in Nigeria. I told them, I said, not from my heart. So I was just putting on saying this one picking here. I just said, don't talk again. I spoke my language. I said, Tamiya, so that at least they will not cheat us. And they said something. I was just thinking, they there's one thing you need to do for us. You need to see out this boy we are taking out of this country. They need to compensate the clubs they played for. And I asked the coach, one of the coach, I said, this boy, Osamoyi, has he played for any club? He said, yes. It started from under 13. And he called about 4 teams he has played for. I said, good. I told the man, I said, this guy has played for 4 teams. What do we do? This club that's presented him now is going to get 40% of the transfer fee. What are the other clubs that has played for? He said, yes, that's why we came to you to have a discussion. These teams that he has played for, we are going to come to you directly. There's what we call training compensation. And these teams, this young man has played for, they don't even know that something is coming to them. 5%, just imagine 5% of $50,000. You know how much? 5% of $50,000 goes to them. Each team then did it for the government to invest in football in the state. I don't think we can go outside the box. And I don't think these young men can become a breadwinner for their family. Just imagine 17-year-old. Next year we are coming, we're going to do the paperwork, and this young man will leave. So somewhere I also encourage, like I have a friend, he's not a football man, he like to invest in player. He will call me, Fred, Alpha, give me some contacts. Do you have any player that you think? And that young man is a successful businessman. Take this player out of the country. When he's good, when the club sign him, I get my 40%. He said because he's going to do all the transaction from the beginning to the end until the player gets to the club that wants him. That is a great investment in football. At the end, money also comes to the FA. And the money comes to the FA. The government cannot ask me, how do you get your money? Because I don't go there to ask them for money. But they said government to strive, and we are also helping the government people. If he gets home, he will be tired all through. He will sleep. It's just the way we also try to curb these excesses for players. If a good footballer go out for training in the morning, gets back home, go back again for training in the evening, such player cannot have the mind to say, let me join these courts. I want to go out and join them to do bad things, because he will be tired. He will be tired. There's no two ways about it. And this is one of the avenue in our own way. We are trying to help the government to see how we can delay these guys, this gravitation, so these players, these boys cannot be we are doing our bits. And for the investment aspect, my own session is different. It's football. Football, we give and we get. But football is a long-term investment. You spend your money on it. Today, somebody just told me, Better Insurance, the club, we control our own daily team. They are languishing in relegation. I said because of lack of investment off camera. Lack of investment. I'm not saying the government is not trying, but there are some things they are not doing well. That today, we are in that area. Today. But if the team is properly invested on, I don't think we have other teams in the league that is doing well, because they get more attention to our quality. So once again, I think it's something that is encouraging. I want to also let Barrister knows that Barrister, you can become a successful investor when you come to my office and let's discuss. Just ask me, do you have a good player that is ripe to be invested on? I have 150 boys from the 18 local governments. I control the 18 local governments. I can tell you, hey, coach, this boy, does he have a passport? I have an investor here. He's my friend. He's a lawyer. He wants to invest on this player. Let's take this player outside. You know what you are going to do? One, you are helping the family of that player. Two, you are also getting your good cash to your pocket. And nobody will say, Barrister, where do you get money from? I always tell people, football money is bigger than, I want to say this word, blood money. Football money is higher than blood money. When you invest in football and you know the nitty-gritty, you know the right connection, and brothers and sisters, you will make good money. Thank you very much.
The way Otas is looking at you, like he's going to organize football affair next year. There's something I got from your conversation, the concept of delayed gratification. Sometimes people feel like, nah, I don't know tomorrow, and today I know, I don't want to hear tomorrow. Somebody once told me that before, said, I don't know about tomorrow, is today I know. So whatever we have to talk, let's talk about it now. With businesses. The reason you have more million, could you just let us in on a little bit on that? How, because we have a lot of young people here.
All right.
I'm not saying that this refers to them, but sometimes young people tend to believe that on this issue, having been one of the leaders of Shell Human Resources Department for 17 years, I found that.
Well, I mean, I guess it's for everyone. Today, the knowledge space is so huge, and it's hugely, democratized. We all have access to our phones, and from our phone, you can do a lot of short courses. You can read up information about virtually no area of our business life now and investment life that we cannot get information on. It's even better enabled with AI. You can throw in information into the system and get a lot of feedback. And this is what they've called micro-learning. So because the attention span is very short, you may not have to spend hours reading and learning, but within 30 minutes and 1 hour, 20 minutes, you can pick up something and learn something and put it to you. So I think the best thing we can do for ourselves is invest in ourselves, invest in learning. That's very critical. Number two is also investment in mentorship. I mean, somebody said that if you know someone that does not have fear or regard for anybody and nobody can talk to him, you should fear that person. Every one of us have got people who have gone ahead of us and we can learn from. And I think it's important that we can spend that time to have mentors and coaches and helps that can speak to us and that can guide us and that can lead us and help us avoid necessary mistakes that we can make if we don't do that. And there's also the bit about perfection, which is what you talk about. You know, there's a tendency for
them. You know, if you are doing such an event in Benin, you will hear, we they do hangouts, we they go apartments. We don't do that here. What we do is changing the paradigm, take it to another level. We are trying to build systems and processes, trying to build leaders of tomorrow. And I want to thank you all for coming and thank you for listening. MC Fasodo, God bless you.
Thank you very much. We'll go back to the music. DJ, music.